Hey.
What you need?
Hey.
We've been making the rounds, doing the job. It's time you learn the big secret. Everyone thinks that Desdemona is the big boss. She calls the ops, gives the rah-rah speeches, but it's just an act. She does what I tell her to because the railroad, it's my show. It's been that way since I founded it.
You? You founded the railroad?
Sure, me and Johnny D. and Watts. Hell, that was over 60, 70 years ago. After a while, you lose count. I tell everyone I get the occasional face change to stay anonymous. Truth is, it takes a lot of work to keep this mug handsome. We've come a long way since the beginning. We've done a lot of good, saved a lot of synths. But we're about more than that.
Running elimination means.
Hi.
From what I've been told, it's probably safer if I don't say anything. I don't want to put you in any more danger.
Why can't you talk to me?
I don't really know, but Mr. Stockton told me it's best for everyone. I don't think he was lying to me. I wanted to thank you. This world is overwhelming. But people like you make me feel better about coming here.
I have a lot of questions, especially about...
Shouldn't talk about at all.
If I understand more about the Institute, I may be able to help you, and others, better.
I'm sorry. I don't know much about the Institute. I worked the maintenance tunnels. Every day, for as long as I can remember. The only time I spoke to anyone was to acknowledge scientists' orders, and very rarely to other synths. I've talked more in the past few days than I have my entire life.
So you know where the Institute is, right?
Stockton already asked me that. I don't know. I really don't. He says no synths know. How or why that is, I can't say.
How did you escape the Institute?
The only thing I'll say is I had help. Sorry. It's the one thing I won't talk about.
You worked with scientists?
Yes, at least that's what we called them. My only interaction with them was to receive orders on what to clean. I would acknowledge my task and occasionally ask for necessary clarification, but that's really it.
What do you know about the rest of the Institute?
I heard there was a concourse above the tunnels. It's huge and big and green with many synths, but they're watched more carefully by the scientists. Mr. Stockton said very few synths from that section ever escape.
What's life like for a synth in the Institute?
Synths are expected to behave like machines. You await instructions, you execute instructions, you perform basic self-maintenance. Anything else is considered defective. And then the SRB comes.
You mentioned the SRB.
They're the ones that watch us to make sure we're not defective, to make sure we don't run. Synths that get noticed just disappear. I don't know where they go.
Goodbye, H2.
Thank you. You have no idea how nice it is just to talk to someone.
This is H222. H2, here's the person I talked to you about.
What sort of name is H222?
It's my designation.
The Institute doesn't bother to name their property. Synths are just numbers and letters to them. I'll fire up the signal. There.
We've been
Time for me
making
to
the
go.
rounds doing the job. It's time you learn the big secret. Everyone thinks that Desdemona is the big boss. She calls the ops, gives the rah-rah speeches, but it's just an act. She does what I tell her to because the railroad, it's my show. It's been that way since I founded it.
You really founded it.
Sure, me and Johnny D and Watts. Hell, that was 60, 70 years ago. After a while, you lose count. We've come a long way since the beginning. We've done a lot of good, saved a lot of synths. But we're about more than that. We are the last and only line of defense between the Institute and the Commonwealth. Hell, maybe even the world.
You've lied to me at least once. This is just more of the same.
Yeah, you got me. But you're gonna hear the same sort of lies elsewhere. There's other organizations out there, and in time, I'm sure they're gonna spoon-feed you their own patented form of bullshit. Ignore the verbiage and look at what they're doing, what they're asking you to do, what sort of world they'd have you build, and how they're gonna pay for it.
So what's the railroad's deal?
We're not about saving the world. Too big a job for too few. But we're trying to make it a better one. One synth at a time. And care about the little guys. Maybe lend a hand on the side. Not as much as some would like, but hey, it's something. But the real question is, what do you think of us? And at the end of the day, you'll need to make a choice. Make it the right one.